Hello and welcome to the Saturday MP show, episode number 60, being recorded mostly live December 10th, 2024. This is a show about shipping secure, high quality software faster, and we do that mostly through kind of live demos, presentations. I try not to edit the videos very much. I try to just do live recordings, kind of with no breaks or anything like that, just so you can all see what it's like to be a real software developer, and just also so you can watch people struggle. I think there's a lot of already highly polished 5-minute YouTube videos on how to solve problems and how to do things, but they're not really realistic. They're either really edited or really highly rehearsed. This is a little more like real life software development, the kind of the struggles and stuff that real software developers go through. So as I said, I'm your host, Chris, and today we're going to be going over the advent of code 2024. We're going to be solving problem number 2. I solved problem number 1 earlier today with the weekly dev chat team. So the weekly dev chat is, for those that don't know, I lost everything there. Great. For those that don't know, the weekly dev chat is just a meeting every Tuesday at noon Mountain Time. Actually, let's see. Why don't I can't click on, see, mostly live. I can't click on anything today. All right, there's weekly dev chat. So it's every Tuesday at noon Mountain Time. It's just a virtual chat about software development. So if you want to join us, we'd love to have you. You just have to be kind and supportive and respectful of others. There's enough jerks in the world. We don't need any more. We definitely don't need them at the weekly dev chat. If you're a nice person and you love to talk about software development, whether you're a new developer or a very experienced one, we'd love to have you. And like I said earlier today, we did our Advent of Code mob programming. So usually we don't do mob programming. We just sit around and chat real casually, but every once in a while we'll do some mob programming or screen sharing of problems of some sort. So if you're looking for the solution, I don't know if I can, I think I can post. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm recording this video. I'll make this, I don't have the Git repo public yet. But I do have the solution. If you didn't want to see the solution, sorry about that. For the day one, if in the repository, day one, you can see the solution. I guess close your eyes or skip ahead. Like there's the code for it that we kind of came up with. We actually, after we initially solved it, we just went through the Python and just made it so convoluted and tried to do all the Python tricks and, kind of solve it in one line. But anyway, the one I'm just going to leave committed is just the simpler version. So I'm going to work on problem 2 today, and see if we can't figure this out. And yeah, I think I don't have a lot of time today, so we'll try and keep this. I always say this, try and keep this video short, but I have a hard cutoff because I have a meeting. GitHub Copilot's disabled for some reason. There we go. I have a meeting coming up, so I will have to hard cut this off. So let's see if we can solve problem number 2. So yeah, this is so what I've set up right now is in day 2, I've set up the actual problem. I just copied it in the text and I copied our input in here. I haven't even really read what problem 2 is. So let's take a quick look. Day 2 red nose report. So this has, they're kind of like a little story of the Advent. For those who don't know, Advent calendars are something like you would get like little chocolates or toys every day in an Advent calendar, kind of leading up to Christmas. I don't know the entire history of it. But when I was a kid, they'd have little chocolates, and every day you'd open a little door and get a little chocolate or something in there. In this one, they just have the problem. So if you look at the Advent of Code, if you go look, every day they're going to release a new problem. So like I said, we solved the first one, and there's always a little story that goes with it. So in our case, the chief historian is missing. So we're gonna have to solve these problems to find them. And the first one was, you had this list, these 2 lists, and you had to read in the lists and then sort them and then kind of figure out the differences to help figure out the location. Oh, the answer's down there. So sorry about that. Maybe I will. See, that's why it's mostly live. Maybe I'll block out the answer so I don't ruin it for people that want to try and solve the first one. So in our second one here, we're trying to, isn't a long walk, but all right, so we found this sounds like a scavenger hunt. So there's a red-nosed nuclear fission plant. If you go to the actual website, there's a link that takes you to more history about this nuclear plant or something. But there's some unusual data from the reactor. So you got to take the unusual data. So we have our puzzle input, consists of many reports, one report per line that looks like this. So 6 reports contain 5 levels. They're trying to figure out which reports are safe, gradually increasing or gradually decreasing. Okay, so this is the, I guess I didn't format, maybe we'll format this a little better. The levels are either all increasing or all decreasing. Actually, this should probably be just like that. All right, so in the example above, the report the levels are all increasing or all decreasing. Any 2 adjacent levels must differ by at least 1, and at most 3. So yeah, pretty cool. I've only done a couple of these in the past, and a lot of times it just seemed like these really remind me of like homework assignments I had way back in the day when I was in university. So I don't know what university's like now, but these seem a lot like if they seem like homework problems to you, let me know. Throw some comments below or something if you're watching this on YouTube. Okay, so if we look at this one, 7, 6, they're all decreasing, so that's good. This is a increase of 5. This is a decrease of more than 3. So I guess it's equal to 3. So it increases, but then it decreases. Okay. And then we have to figure out how many reports are safe. So like that, I just cut and pasted the, I went back to day 2. Cut and paste, yeah, so you can figure out the nuclear plant, the history behind it. You put your answer in here there. Now you can share the problem. Interesting. Okay, so we have to figure out how many reports are safe, and then our input data, like I cut and pasted this already in here. You can see there's a bunch. It's not always the same amount of reports, and there's like 1,000 lines or something in there. So, all right. So, and I'm trying to solve all these problems in Python, which I'm not an expert at. So, if you see any ways for me to improve some of these Python programs, please let me know. This is a way for me to kind of teach myself Python, because the clients just. I guess I do have a client potentially now asking for some Python work, or at least they're asking about it, but I just haven't had clients that require Python. So I just haven't had a chance to dabble in it that much, but I know all the kids are learning it at school. Like my daughter's in university and she's like it's an intro programming language, I think was Python. So it's all right. So what do I want to call this program? Like I could just call it main, but that's not a great name. So let's call it safe reports .py. Okay, so what do I got going on down here? Output. I want the terminal. There we go. Oh yeah, you can see some of the old. We were trying to muck around with it. All right, I don't need that. And then we need to go into day 2. Yeah. Okay, and so the first thing we got to do is we got to read in this. Let's put this report level over here. Okay, and then we have GitHub Copilot here if we need it, but let's let's just shrink it a little bit so we got more room. I make, this is bigger than I normally would have it for the video. So, okay, so we don't need that. So kind of when I have a problem like this, the way I like to solve it is, that is not a comment in Python. I like to just kind of write out the steps I would do, right? So like the first thing we have to do in this is to read. So read in the input file, read in the input file. So in this case, we're going to want one. Should we just, I think Python has lists is probably what we want. So we'll just create into a list of lists. Is that what we want? Or list of arrays or something like that. So I'll have a list of lists, and then we could just iterate over each one. Like 1,000, like, if this data was really big, we'd maybe read it in one at a time and parse it. But because there's 1,000, like we are, like at least my computer, I'm pretty sure everyone's computer could handle this. So we're just going to read in the whole data structure just so we don't have to deal with keeping a file open. And then into an array, let's say list of a list of integer lists. So it's a list that contains a list of integers. I think you can do this in Python. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so we'd read that in, and then the next thing we would do is, what was our problem again? Let's put this over to the, whoops, I wanted it to go here. Okay, so let's put a couple of the notes in here. Okay, so report. Let's what do they say? Safe reports are. Let's just cut and paste this in here so I don't have to keep looking. Okay. All levels are either increasing or decreasing. Okay. So, and then loop over the reports. Sure, check if they are safe. Guess we can put this comment down here. We just leave it up there. Okay. So we should have something here. Initialize safe report counter. Safe. Yeah, increment the safe counter. So this is even something I would do before there was GitHub Copilot, like write out stuff like this. I actually learned this from Code Complete. It's an old book about kind of the practical, like a lot of software development books are higher level books, but Code Complete was a lower level, like this is how you should write programs, this is how you should name functions, this is how you should organize your files. And I think the book is almost 30 years old. Like I read it 25 years ago. I think the book is almost 30 years old. It's Code Complete, and there's a second edition of Code Complete. I don't think there's ever a third edition, but if you can find a copy, I don't think either of them are print. It's a great book. It's a thick book. Holy jeez. Like it goes into great detail, gory detail about how to like write functions and write methods and everything like that. Yeah, and one of the tips it had in there that as a young software developer I thought super useful was just kind of write out your program in comments and then fill in the comments, and that really forces you to go through all the logic. So okay, so that's that. Now so here we would have to, oops, let's just, we'll have to print it off. Excuse me. So there's two checks we have to do. What's the best way to do them? Actually, so are these reports? What is this? Oh, one report per line. Okay, so it's technically this is one report. Okay. Check if all, like, do we just, I guess we could just do this the easy way. We could just check if they're all increasing or decreasing. That's one check. We could write these as two separate checks. And then check if the difference between the adjacent numbers is less than or is between 1 and 3. Okay. So we'll do these as two separate checks. So, you know, it's not the, you know, I'm not too worried about efficiency. Like, who cares? Like, we're gonna have to loop through these twice. It's probably not optimal, but who cares? It's going to be pretty fast. Again, I don't think most of the, I don't know, maybe some of the last, I haven't done too many of these problems, so maybe some of the ones, I know they get harder as they go on. So maybe like the 24th problem, you really have to make sure you optimize it. So if we get here, we increment the safe counter report. If we don't, right, then if we don't get there, then yeah, like this report is safe if we get here, because we've checked the two things we're supposed to check. Safe report counter. Okay. Right, and then the last thing we'll do is just print off the results. Okay, so let's go through this one at a time. We'll just kind of go through it slowly and see what we can do. Oh man, am I going to make my timeline here? Let's see. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is, let's call it report list. So that's going to equal, actually I don't remember how to read in a file from, so let's just see. How do I read a file in Python? Oh, okay, right. I have to open it, and it's going to read lines. Okay. Okay, so let's just start with that. With open. What do we call it? Safe report. Call it report levels.txt, and we just want to read it as f. Okay, let's see. It's with GitHub Copilot, it's gonna probably seen this problem several times, as it might try to solve it for us. So let's see if this is correct. So it's opening the file. So reports. I wonder if you could make type safe Python or declare. I have to figure that out. So this is a list of integers. That's exactly what I want. Okay, maybe I got that from there. Okay, so what I'm saying here, I'm trying to remember how to read Python is, okay, so we have these square brackets, which I can't remember what this is, but kind of reading this first. For each line in F, so F is my file, and for each line that I'm reading it, they're calling it level. That's great. So each line's a split. I remember from split from last time, if you don't put anything there, it'll just split based on white space. Yeah, we'll split on a white space character, which is what I want. And then this is converting that to an integer, and that's square brackets. What? I can't remember why we have these square brackets. So I just, let's ask. Explain what this is doing. So this is where I get confused when I look at Python, because there's a lot of square brackets, which looks like Objective-C to me. The outer list, that's fine. Okay, what do the let's see. Oh, okay, so that's list creation. Okay. List square brackets are used to define which provides concise way to create lists for. Oh, okay. So you're saying basically whatever comes out of this is like automatically shoved into a list. Okay, this one makes sense to me. Like actually seen as array, dictionary keys, that's fine. Okay, so range 0. I'm assuming this is range 0 like to 9 or something. Okay, so this is just putting it into a list for us. So this is a, yeah, right, because this is our inner list and this is our outer list. Okay, cool. So let's just, and then let's just print reports. I think if I remember correctly, I could do like 10 to get the first 10. Okay, so now we can run Python safe reports. Oh, Python 3. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. There's our list of lists, which is and they're in integer format, right? So because if I got rid of this int, okay, cool. Let's just double check that that looks correct. Let's go here. Oh, moved it over a bunch. Let's go all the way to the top. Boom. So we start with, oh no, whoops, what's going on? Ah! How do I oh, I have to go here. Yeah, undo that change. Okay. There we go. Okay, so 8. All right, so that looks correct. The next, yeah, these are all looking correct. Okay, so it looks like I'm reading in all the data okay. So now we just need to initialize our report counter, safe reports. Let's call this number of, I know it's a long variable name, but whatever. So assume there's 0. Now I was gonna say, I don't know how to loop over a report, do a loop in Python, but it looks like this for, I'm assuming this is like kind of a for each, like from .NET or something, for each report in reports, do something. Okay, so maybe, I wonder if these should be functions. Check if all numbers are increasing or decreasing. Sure, let's do this as a function. Do you capitalize in Python? Do you usually, what is the coding style for function names in Python? Snake case. Oh, okay. So we would want to do something like check in increasing. I don't know. Do we write 2. Well, let's just write 2, and we can always dump it into 1 if we wanted to. We could simplify it after. So we'd want to write like something like if check increasing report. Do you just put a semicolon? Okay, so I guess in our case we're gonna do is not like this. How do you not? Continue. And then we would do something if not. So if continue is what I think it does, it should take us back to the top of the loop. Right, so if it's not increasing, if it's not decreasing, then don't bother. It's not a safe report. Nobody cares. So let's just write the 1 and see if we can get that working. Oops. There we go. Now, do functions have to go? Oh no, I'll put it up here. Sure. Def check increasing levels. All right, does this look correct? So levels for I in range 1 to length of levels. Dude, does this start? Do arrays start at 1? I thought I would assume they would start at 0. I'll accept it, but I don't think this is so. So what does range do? Range. I thought you could write range with just 1 argument. Okay, so range is going to produce a sequence of integers. So that's how 0. What does length return? The number of items in the counter. But that's not right because I'm pretty sure arrays are lists in Python. Oh, what's levels? Is levels an array or a list? It should be a list. Yeah. 0 based. Okay, yeah, so I want, so I don't think I want length. Like I'd read length minus 1, but what was that? If I go look here, we did a different, oh, we did do length of list. Okay, I guess that is right. Oh, right. Okay, so actually range itself will remove the last item. So if the length is 5, you'll get 0 to 4. Okay. Okay, level at I is less if they are increasing. If level at I is minus, so if the one on the left is not equal to 1. No, we need this. Greater than 0. Okay, so if it's is greater than or equal to 0, return false. Oh, why is it complaining? Okay. Do I have to say in Python? I'm not a big fan of type unsafe languages. Like, how do I wonder if there's a way. how do I declare a function with type safe parameters and return value in Python? Oh, so I can do I have to do that import thing? Oh, so I would have to do this from type. Oh, typing must be a type safe library or something. And then this is the return Boolean. Yeah, okay. This would be -1, because otherwise this will become 0. No, it's going to start at 0. Yeah, but I don't want it to go over. For I in range, if the 1 on the left minus the 1 on the right is less than or equal to 0, it's not. Okay. Otherwise, return true. Okay. I think that'll work. Oh, what's the time? Oh, I might have to pause this video and come back to it after my meeting. Okay, so what's the best way to test this? Like how, do I look up how to set up unit tests in Python? So I'd love to test this with some input. Okay, let's see this. How do I set up unit tests in Python? Yeah, like this is exactly what I want here. Oh yeah, I guess I could try it. Let's try this. So if I highlight this method, it's probably just going to tell me the same thing. Generate tests. Confirm your Python. Do I just accept this? Okay, well, that didn't really help. Don't save. Okay. All right, so I don't know how that works, but so it looks like there's some built-in unit testing. So then I import this from this file. There's some tests in there. Oh, okay. Well, let's try it. Actually, let's put this in. I don't think we. I guess usually I put my tests in a new file. Yeah, let's put all our just so we can run them all. Let's put tests, because I think you can tell it to do a folder in there. So let's call this test. .py. Or do we just, yeah, we're not gonna have a lot of tests. I guess we could just put it all in one file for now. Let's just do that. Like I'm treating this like it's like a bigger project where I have a test folder, but let's just yeah, I don't mind this example. Whoops, new file. Yeah, test safe reports.py. Yeah, because we'll have this. Yeah, okay. And then let's just cut and paste all of this. All right, I don't know. This is going to work. Python-m. Oh, whoops. Python 3. Okay, cool. So we got something out of there. I haven't looked at the code. It might not. It failed. Okay. Failed right off the bat. All right, so we probably got a bug in it. Oh, this looks like a... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Check increasing is true. All right, let's put this over onto the right here. Okay, and let's get rid of you for a second. Okay, I don't need report levels, report level readme. All right. Okay. This is false. That one is true. False. True. Huh. Those tests look okay, so I definitely have a bug in my code here. So check increasing. Oh, not -1. Oh, how come I didn't get an array overflow? Does Python not do array overflow? Okay, now I have to bring up... Oops. Raise an error if you access a list outside its bounds. Does it not throw an error? Okay, but wouldn't this be 0 minus 1? Okay, now I'm curious. Print I. If I run the test, will it print out the... or will it print out the I? Why is it only 0 and... That's weird. Oh, I'm backwards. I want this increasing. I'm checking decreasing. Okay. So if the one... So actually what I do want... Let's write this like this. Haha. See? Mostly live. There. So if the one on the right has to be greater than the one on the left. Can I even just do that? Why am I even minusing it? Can I just compare? If levels at... Yeah. So if this one's great, it has to be greater than, not greater than, equal to. Greater than the one on the... If the 1 on the left. Yeah, greater than or equal to the 1 on the right. It's not increasing. Okay, okay. So we're just failing like right away. Okay, there, now we're getting up to 2, 5. Okay, perfect. Oh, okay. That's really cool. So it looks like that is working. Okay. And I'm going to, I think what I will do, because I'm going to have to pause this. This is kind of fun. Check decreasing is going to be kind of the same thing, just the other way. And then I'll have to check the difference between the numbers. Yeah, I don't think, I'm close, but I'm not going to have enough time. So maybe this is well, let's do the check decreasing, because that's, right. Like we might want to simplify this later, but for now, let's just, I don't know, return false. Let's just do this. Return true if the levels are increasing. Return true. Yep. All right. So it should just spit out the same code. Decreasing. Okay. Let's level for the length -1. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I should get rid of this print. I'm still weirded out by the fact that well, that was I -1, but it didn't raise an error. That's really weird. Right, like if I just do, I'm just curious, like, I'm just going to do this, -100. Like that is way outside the bounds of the array. Like that should raise an error, right? Oh, what am I? Oh, I don't want to print this anymore. But -1 doesn't do it? Because wouldn't that be... Where does it start failing? Okay. Oh, is this starting? Wait. Start, stop. Is this already stepping? Oh, is my start? Reduces signatures from start to stop. Oh, this is already going backwards, I think. Oh, is that why? Oh, I'm super confused. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to play around with that a bit more later, I think. So in this case, I just want the +1. Now, is this running? This unit test, is it running my entire file? Oh, it looks like it is. Oh, that's weird. It's not just calling this. It's like, I guess when it loads the file, it runs this whole thing. Oh, it's kind of gross. I wonder how to fix that problem. Okay, for now, let's just... Oh, there we go. Yeah, it does start at 0. 0, like it's starting from 0, going 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, yeah. Like, what is that? Like, what happens? Four. Why is it 4? Oh, did we just loop around to the beginning? Is that what happens? 1. And then oh, is that? Oh, it just looped around. Okay, well, man, time is it? Yeah, okay. I have to go. I'll have to pause this video and see. I'm learning how arrays work, but yeah, that's weird that the list, it looks like it loops around. Oops. Okay, so I'll just leave this for now. I'm going to pause this and we'll come back because I have a meet. I'm interested in this. So, okay. Where's my pause button? All right, there we go. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. All right, I'm back. So actually 2 days later, just life got busy, and I don't know if you can hear my voice. I'm not feeling that great, so I wonder if there'll be a noticeable, excuse me, difference. Well, anyway, all right. So I did do a little research too. I guess for people watching the video, it's like it could be instantaneous, but for me, I learned that you can actually access lists with negative values, and if you put a negative value in here, like if you just put -1, what that actually means is start from the end of the list and get me the first element. So in that case, it's going to like return, if we looked at the one on the right here, it's going to return 4, -2 would return 3. So okay, so that's why apparently that's a feature of Python. You could go positive or negative, 0 to 3, excuse me, and it looks like you can go -1 to, excuse me, 3, 4. So, interesting. I learned something new. Glad I'm doing this. Okay, so let's just double check that our tests. Do I have all my? Oh, I don't have my tests in here. No, I don't have all the tests in there. How did I run a -n? I forget now. Where's my GitHub Copilot chat? There. Unit test. Test save. Oh, I'm in the wrong. Oh, that's why. If we go down to day 2, and then we try Python 3, unit test, test safe report. Okay, cool. So it still passes, so it's good. And then let's create a test. I think if I just go here, what's a shortcut key for doing Copilot? Control, is that L? see what tests it would generate. Oh, that's interesting. Once if you view in chat. Okay. Let's see. Oh, is Copilot not working? Are you working? All right. Please generate tests for this method. So I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to the one above it. So let's see. This needs to move over one. Oh, I have to. I wonder if you can import everything, but I don't know. Okay, let's see. There's actually, this is true. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. That's false. This is true. This is false. This is true. This is false. Yes, false. Okay. All right. Okay, so that looks good. So it looks like our two increasing and decreasing are working. So I don't, I wonder what the best way, I'll have to maybe poke around at this later, but when I run the test, it actually runs this entire file. I guess when you import it, like it runs the whole thing, which is kind of annoying. So let's just, okay, so we have this and this. So let's just run this test now, or let's just run the application and see what we get. How do I want to do this? Okay, so let's add in the report is safe part. So +1. Okay. 0. Oh, well, that's a problem. So none of the reports are safe. Oh, they can't be both decreasing and increasing. Oh, shoot. I just messed that up big time. Right? Oh, it has to be either increasing or decreasing. So if it's not, ooh, and I was going to ask, is it like this? But it looks like, okay. If it's not, it's like a double knot. Let's change that to an or. Or. That's a little easier to read. 416. Okay. I'm going to assume that's right. I actually don't know. And then we have to check if the difference between adjacent numbers is between 1 and 3. So once, if I run my test now, it's going to load everything, right? Yeah. Okay. I thought, now I'm curious. Print foo. Yeah, it does run this whole. I'll have to figure that out. Well, but I don't know, but maybe by the time you're watching this, I'll figure it out. But for should I do this now? Like, do I wrap this? Should I wrap this in a main? Does that even matter? Okay, let's see. Loading a Python file for unit testing causes all the code not in a method to be executed. How do I avoid this? I don't know. So I'm gonna figure that out, or do I have to actually search? That is not inside a function. You can use if name equals main construct. Oh, okay. That's why this one had this at the end. Okay. Oh, okay. So I could put this in like def main, I guess. And then indent all the things, and then down here, okay. You put this and just call main. I think I need colons at the end of that, right? Oh, I'm probably gonna need like a, there we go. Can I use main? It looks like I can. I don't think I'm screwing anything up. Let's see. Do I still have that foo? Okay, that looks better. And then can I actually run? Okay, cool. Well, I hope some of you find this interesting too. I'm assuming all you Python experts are just yelling at me, but yeah. Okay, so that looks good. So now we just need to check if the difference between the adjacent is between 1 and 3. So let's just write a method for that. Return true if the levels don't change by more than 3. Okay, so def sure, check differences. It's going to take the levels as a list, and it's going to return a boolean. Okay, so and then it's suggesting that for every item in there, if the absolute value of levels minus levels plus 1 is greater than 3, return false. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. Okay. So, and then let's, sure, let's see. Well, you, like, just generating the test through this didn't generate tests. Yeah, that's weird the way it fails like that. Intermediate value. Okay. Can I go here? No. It knows to put it. Like, that's kind of cool that it knows to put it in this file. But it, for whatever reason, I don't know what's going on. I can't get it to. What is it to explain? Oh, it puts it here. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, it created this. I guess this must be some sort of Python documenting. Okay, well, that's not. Oh, just get that out of there. Oh, interesting. Okay. So let's see. Please create unit tests for this method. Oh. Oh, it did know. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm just going to cut and paste this in here so it's a little easier to read. Okay, so this is true. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need the comments there. Oh, that is kind of cool. Maybe I will, because it is checking the minimum, the maximum. It's doing 333 again. That's not anything special. Like we don't really need this last test. Like if anything, I would swap out this one with this one, just so we're not always starting at 1, in case that means something. So this is true. Yes. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yes. This is false. It's 4. And this is false. Yeah. Okay. So I need to do that import. And there we go. All right. So that looks like it works. And then we can just add our test down here. If oh no, wait, I have this logic up here backwards, because my for loop is basically if these are not. So if I did, this is backwards. If not, yeah, it's a little, I don't know. I guess the other way to write this would be like some nested for loop or something. But so if it's not increasing or decreasing, then bail. If it's not within 3, bail. Like that's not a great name for that method, but that'll be okay for now. All right, 472. Well, let's try. Oh, I don't have the. Oops. Advent of code. Give me a sec. Let me bring this up here again. Number 2. Am I logged in? Yes. Okay. Let's bring this over here. What did I get? My answer is 472. Hey! Right on. I got another gold star. All right. So there's an advent of code. I learned some stuff about, like, the problem wasn't too difficult, but, you know, especially for these easier ones, you know, do what other people. I've seen some people write these in C or just languages they're not familiar with, kind of like I did. Like I chose Python just to learn Python. So, and I'm sure there's better ways. There's probably like a for each way to write this, right? So there's probably some ways I could clean this up, but I think that's pretty good for now. So like I learned about this, so that's really handy. Yeah, I learned to set up unit tests, which I think I figured out before, but I always forget because I never do it enough. So so I think if I make this, I'm committing all these to a repo, so if I make that public, it'll be in the comments below. But yeah, otherwise, if you enjoyed watching this video or you have other ways to solve this problem, please let me know. You can do so in the comments below. If you like advent of code and you want me to do more of them, you know, or less, let me know. And of course, if you have any questions you want me to answer in a future video, again, please let me know. Yeah, I guess it's getting close to the Christmas holiday season, so I guess I have to pre-record some videos because I'm going to be busy over the holidays with my daughter being in town and stuff. So but yeah, thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw, you know, a thumbs up or a like, or probably the biggest thing is just to share this with others. If you found it useful and you think someone else might find it useful, share it with others. And yeah, otherwise have yourself a great day, and hopefully you're not getting, hopefully this cold goes away. I want to play some games and go out for dinner tomorrow night. So but yeah, thank you all again for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you all in a week or two. Bye.